Demon Knights number 0, written by Paul Cornell, art by Bernard Chang. This is ostensibly Etrigan's origin story, along with Jason Blood and how they became linked. So we see long ago in Hell, there is Etrigan, and he, of course, there's the whole thing that they set up that, like, demons sometimes rhyme, and, like, it's a part of certain tribes of demons or something like that. Regardless, Etrigan's coming up, and he's representing Lucifer, and he has to get two other demons to open up the gate for Lucifer's carriage. And he's like, oh, hey, you represent Lucifer? Okay, name off your master's titles. And so he's like, oh, my great lord Lucifer, fall into glory, ruler of Lucifer. And he's not able to make a rhyme. So at that point, Lucifer steps out, and he's like, Etrigan, you suck. Hey, demons, let me in. Like, get out of the way. And he, like, literally, like, disintegrates them. And he makes his way in there. And Etrigan is being more or less taunted by this other demon, who it seems like only job is to taunt Etrigan. And Etrigan's like, man, this sucks. Lucifer doesn't understand. Like, if he could just give me a chance. But you know what? I'm going to show him just how awesome of a demon I am. I'm going to raise him hell. So then we cut to Camelot, where Jason Blood is working as a scribe underneath Merlin. And Merlin's like, hey, I need you to copy this note for all of Britain in order to tell them to watch for beasts. Need it done like 100 times. And he's got 100 times. Get the other scribes to help. He's like, no, you're the only one I trust to do it 100 times perfectly. No using magic, by the way. And so Jason loses his crap, kicks the table, and he's just like, man, I should be writing my own books. How dare you make me do this? So Merlin goes and he talks to Arthur. And Arthur's like, look, Merlin, you're being a little bit of a dick to the guy. Like, he's a good kid. He was an orphan. Maybe if you were just a little bit nicer to him, you would be able to see. And Merlin's like, look, I get that, but, like, there are terrible things. But I will try to be a little bit nicer. And as they do so, Merlin's, like, office explodes. And we see Jason was trying to use magic, but failing at it. And he goes and he freaks out. He puts his hand on Arthur, to which point Merlin's like, you broke the rules now. So then we go down to Etrigan, and Etrigan's like, hey, dangerous tribe of demons. I'm coming up, and I say I'm challenging the current leader for leadership of the tribe. And when we win, you guys are going to help me march against Lucifer. And the leader of the tribe's like, yeah, okay, let's see it. But you got to keep up the rhyming. And, like, the whole time he is keeping up the rhyming. But he takes out the leader. He's like, cool, now I'm your leader. And then another guy steps up and he's like, actually, I was second in command, and I'm going to go ahead and claim my rightful place. So then Etrigan knocks him out immediately and says, like, all right, next. And he just goes through, and there's one guy who's talking to the demon who just made fun of Etrigan, and he's like, is your friend just going to be doing this all day? And he's like, yeah, probably. Like, I see no reason why he would stop. So then we go to Jason, who's been put in the jail because, of course, he laid hands on Arthur. And Xanadu, who at that point is still named Nimue. Still don't know how to pronounce say that. Nimue. He's like, oh, you being cynical with me, saying that, you know, I'm burdened with such horrible, like, fate or whatever. And it's just like, yeah, no, Jason, you get over yourself. Like, you're only in here for a night. Like, who cares? But, like, you are going to do wonderful things. You just got to actually put in the time, okay? But you're never going to have to worry about your anger or anything like that. I'm always here for you. So then we see Merlin and Arthur going down, and Arthur is once again saying, like, maybe just, like, look into the boy's future. How about that? Go see what the boy's destined for, and then make your judgments about him. So Merlin goes out and talks to Morgan Le Fay, because she is apparently really good at seeing the future, and that's kind of her thing. And he's like, hey, look, my boy is dating your sister, and it's worth seeing how they turn out. And so she looks into Jason's future, and she sees that if he's not given some sort of great purpose, he's going to lash out and end up killing Xanadu. And he's like, all right, so I guess I got to give him a great purpose now. God damn it. All right, fine. Thanks for nothing. And he just walks away. And then Morgan Le Fay is like, yeah, well, Camelot's about to be destroyed. I didn't tell you that much, you dick. So then we see back down in Hell, Etrigan has managed to take out, like, a whole bunch more demons. And he's like, anybody else? And the one demon steps up and he's like, I'm next in line. Nobody here would argue that, but I've seen your talent, I've seen your ability, and I pledge my loyalty to you along with the rest of the tribe. And it's like, cool, great, let's do it. So then Lucifer's looking on and he sees that Etrigan's actually managed to gain a bunch of demons from a bunch of different tribes. And he's like, oh, could Etrigan actually manage to do something here? That would at least make things fun for a while. But before any of that can come to pass, Merlin steps into the gates of hell. And he's like, hey, Dad, because apparently Merlin is Satan's son. I didn't know that. But regardless, he's like, yeah, I have an idea. I've come for a bargain. So we see Etrigan is finally leading his attack on Lucifer. And before he gets too close, Lucifer comes out and he's like, hey, I'm here. Etrigan, here's the thing. You still suck, and I'm going to show you just by doing this. And he just conjures up a portal. And Etrigan's like, what's this? It's like, it's a portal of the mortal realm. Bye. And he just tosses Etrigan in, closes the portal. And then all the other demons are like, oh, dear God, Lucifer, I didn't mean it. So then we cut back to Etrigan, who's now in a cage in Merlin's office. And he's like, all right, look, here's the thing. I've been trying to figure out how I'm supposed to do this properly, and this is only guesswork, so hopefully I have some time to deal with this. But then as soon as that happens, Arthur comes in and says, Camelot's being attacked, ready the forces. And Merlin's like, crap, all right, send me Jason. So Jason's sent to the room, and he's like, oh, Master, the demons, you have to flee, or the Camelot's being attacked. Also, you have a demon, but you have to flee. And he's like, yeah, sure. Anyway, magic spell, combine these two, and he mixes the two together. And then we see that Etrigan is able to talk to Jason and vice versa. And basically, Etrigan's like, as soon as you let me transform, as soon as you pull me back into your body, because by the way, Etrigan was thrown down into the 9th layer of hell, and he has to climb his way the whole way back up if he ever wants to fight Lucifer again. So he's like, if you ever let me transform, I'm going to kill you and everybody you love. And he's like, if you do that, I'm going to commit suicide, and then you'll be trapped in the 9th layer of hell. It's like, fine, I guess we have a truce where we're not going to kill each other's loved ones or selves. And so we then see, they travel the earth and many adventures were had. And Jason kind of liked being the hero. Etrigan never quite wanted to, but that's where they're at. And we'll see what happens in the future. So yeah, it's a good little story. I still am a little unclear on the whole rhyming thing, but they do a good job of setting in no, certain tribes of demons just rhyme, and it's posh, I guess. So no, it's a solid story. The art is fantastic. I really don't have any real qualms about it. So I would say this one's like an 8. I think it's extremely well done. I don't think there's any real major issues about it. The only thing is that it's just an origin issue, and it's kind of we already saw him merge with him. So that part was whatever. It was just the first part where we saw, honestly, Etrigan's half of the first half was really most of what that 8 is. So yeah.